Hey guys, what's up? Gladly here. Today I'm gonna show you how I managed to glide over 5,000 meters in one go in the glider minigame. So on top of Ridgeland Tower is a guy who offers you a challenge. He wants you to float as far as you can using your glider, and he wants to record the results for some research or something. The point is, we want to try to glide as far as possible before hitting the ground. Ordinarily you can only float several hundred meters, maybe upwards of 1,000, I think. But we have a trick up our sleeve. We are going to use a flying machine to get as high in the air as possible before starting the minigame. I made another video about how you can do this, so check that out if you haven't. So I made a flying machine and I flew it all the way here from Goron City, and after several failed attempts I finally managed to land it on top of the tower. It wasn't very pretty, but at least I stuck the landing. Now that it's up here, I want to try to position it in a good way, which is much easier said than done because you want some room to maneuver around it, so it's kind of a tight fit with these arches right here. I had to cut away about 5 minutes of me just trying to adjust the positioning of this. But I finally got it in place, and then we're going to initiate the minigame and try to get as high up as possible on our airship before jumping off and floating as far as we can using our glider. But first, we've got to switch out of this ridiculous outfit. We're gonna wear something a little bit warmer just in case we fly over some cold regions. And more importantly, we have to be styling. So now our only challenge is to get up on this thing somehow. There you go. I'm so glad you can jump in this game. And now we're gonna start our ascent. I actually traded in most of my hearts for stamina for this challenge, which is why I only have 3 normal hearts and the rest only temporary hearts. I also cooked a bunch of stamina restoring foods in the form of Endura carrots to keep us going longer. I know the world record for this minigame has recently been set at more than 10,000 meters, I think, but that was done using a ton of bomb arrows to constantly create updrafts on the ground to keep you moving further, while we're going for one long glide in one continuous motion. Okay, we're getting up there. We're nearing the height of Death Mountain, looks like, and below us we can see Hyrule Castle, and in the distance a beautiful sunrise. The weather is clear. All in all, a great day to fly. If you look at the minimap, you'll see that we actually moved a bit east from the tower already, but it doesn't start counting the distance that we glide until we leave the surface that we're on. Just a little bit further. And there! What happened right there is that we hit the ceiling of the world. We literally can't go higher than that, so we hit the roof and fell off the cart. From here on out, it's smooth sailing. Parasailing. We are heading in the east-southeast direction, mainly because the terrain in that direction is pretty low, so we can go a bit farther before landing. I hope you like this music, because we're gonna listen to it for a couple of minutes at least. To be honest, this is probably one of my favorite tracks in the game. It's just so happy and upbeat, you know? And in a world plagued by Calamity Ganon, we all need a little more happiness in our lives. We're getting a really good view of the surrounding area from up here. Looks like there's a lot of land. Would be really cool if those were used for adding content, because there's a lot of landmass that is not Hyrule. Actually, Hyrule seems to be pretty small compared to the landmass that we see beyond the cliffs around Hyrule and the sea, which seems to go on forever in some directions. But anyway, back to admiring the landscape. If you look closely, you can actually see my house from here. And everything else. We are now well past Hyrule Castle and are making our way across the Hyrule fields. Gotta keep chugging those carrots. So we've gotten this far. I wanted to try and reach the sea, but doesn't look like that's gonna happen. it looks like it's just a bit too far. But we are nearing 2,600 meters, 2007. Oh, down there is a shrine I've neglected to activate. I better get on that. I have very few shrines, actually. We are at least going for that tower in the distance, which I believe is the Hatino Tower. It looks doable. We are still very high up and are not running out of carrots anytime soon. From here on, we want to be a bit more careful in how we angle ourselves and what direction we're gliding in, because we want to land on the lowest possible terrain to get the most distance. We are nearing 5,000 meters, which is pretty good. I could have gone a bit farther if I didn't turn the camera as much, because it causes me to turn a little bit and lose just a little bit of distance. I really like the gliding in this game. It kind of reminds me of the sailing and Wind Waker, which has grown to be one of my favorite games, probably, in the Zelda series. I'm debating whether to go to the left or to the right into the cave here, and I decide to go into the cave because the terrain looks a little bit lower, giving us those extra few inches. 5,100. Can we get 5,002? No. Still, we ended up at 5,169.6 meters. Now that's what I call a good result. And Bradley here is very impressed. I hope he gives us something good. Yeah, I'd say our methods are pretty unconventional. I mean, I don't really see how this will give him Birdman data, seeing as we're not a Birdman. We just use technology. But he's gonna give something now. Wow, that is terrible. Not worth. Except for the experience. If I want to go again? Nah, I'm good, man. Thanks for the rupees, sucker! So that was my best result in this minigame so far. 5,169 meters, 0.6. You know what I mean. And looking at the map, this is where we landed. And we came all the way from over here. I might do a mini-series of videos on the different minigames in this game, where I try to get the best high score that I can, or maybe try to break them. But for now, thanks for watching my video. This has been my longest flight in the game so far. Hit that subscribe button for more awesome Zelda content, and until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye bye!